Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Old Guy in the Club podcast. I am the Old Guy in the Club, your host. That is my co-host, just to my right or left, depending on how you're looking at this, or if you're in Australia. I don't know what that means, but that is Rob Zilla from San Diego, California. Hello.
Hi, good. Happy Wednesday.
Thank you. I just realized, Uncle Zilla, that I got to step away for about 30 seconds.
You're going to step away right now?
I do. Yes, I know that's ridiculous, but I have to take a step away. I just remembered something.
All right, do your thing. Welcome to the Old Guy in the Club. As he said, his name is Justin Zotz. My name is Rob Zilla. If you are joining us live on Twitch, we do this every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, with replays starting the following Monday, wherever you get your podcast, plus our YouTube channel. I'm gonna go ahead and break Justin's balls here. Oh, wait,
not yet. You can't break my balls yet.
All right.
Whoa, no, feedback, Neil, feedback.
I can hear myself with the
Are your headphones not plugged in?
Well,
okay. and there he goes.
On the live stream, that was our co-host, Neil Jackson. He's like the assistant manager. Neil Jackson, live from New York City, who's experiencing some technical difficulties. He'll be rejoining us shortly. I'm going to apologize in advance if it sounds like I'm eating my words or if I've got a little bit of a hiss. After a 4-week break, I'm back on the Invisalign train. So, I've got my
Wait. Why is that?
Why is it a 4-week break?
Yes.
Is
that a thing?
Yeah, so I did my first round. Which was 28 weeks. And they did a new set of impressions, like I'm starting from zero. And, because there's the way that the teeth are projected to move, and then there's the way that the teeth actually move. So they redid the impressions. And, I was at second base. And now I'm, halfway there.
Damn, they didn't tell me that when they were trying to talk me into Invisalign. I didn't know. But anyway,
listen. Well, we've talked about this on the show before. Again, I happen to adjust. I happen to put in new trays every Wednesday. So there's times where I sound like Cindy Brady with a forced lisp. But best decision I've made for a guy my age. I don't want to be walking around with braces, but at the same time, you only got one set of teeth. The alternative, like getting veneers or just dental work when you're older, is ridiculously expensive.
George Washington had wooden teeth, and he turned out okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Hold on one second.
Enjoy your wooden teeth. Are you leaving again?
Sorry, I'm back.
Okie doke. While we're at it, I want to say hi to our one friend in the chat room right now, Lisa S. What up?
Hi, Lisa. Well, since you're the only one here listening, what do you want to talk about today? What do you got on your in your mind? What are you thinking we should yell at each other about?
Well, you and Neil are the ones that yell at each other. I'm the one that yell. Well, I yell at everybody, and you and Neil yell at each other.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I don't think we're yelling about anything at this point, though.
No, today's kind of light. I don't know what's. she's just throwing emotes. I have no idea what she wants to talk about. So what do you want?
Here's something that's always a good conversation. What are you watching on TV these days, or streaming, or whatever you want to call it? Because I got nothing. I don't watch anything right now.
I think we talked about this a couple weeks back, but I was super hooked on Ted Lasso.
Yes.
I cannot wait for that season 2 to come back. I talked about this last week. Mythic Quest. Which is also on Apple TV Plus, which is basically a cross between like The Office, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and Silicon Valley. So that's one of that one I was watching. I watched the season finale of This Is Us.
Wait, the finale or premiere? Is it really a finale?
The season finale of This Is Us was last night. Season 5 ended last night.
I did not know that.
And so and then they announced last week that season 6 will be the end of the show.
Oh,
so the show will have run its course. So there's that.
That sucks. And I don't even really watch it anymore, but it's so good.
It's really a good show.
Yeah.
And you know when you're watching these dramas on television, it's hard not to internalize some of the things that happen within the show. And specifically, I just found on that particular show the development of characters. The Kevin character comes across as being real. The Randall character, Kevin's
the actor guy, right?
Yes, he's the actor brother. Randall is the successful financial brother. Kate is the sister. The dad. Who would have thought that Mandy Moore, 20 years ago, just kind of an up and coming pop star, and now she's an award-winning, an award-winning actress on a national drama show.
When I picture Mandy Moore now, I picture the old lady.
Every time?
Yeah, pretty much. Hello, Neil Jackson.
Are we really talking about Mandy Moore right now?
Yeah.
We were talking. Well,
hey, I'll be right back.
Context.
Talk to Neil.
It was in the context of the television show This Is Us.
Oh shit! Is that today?
It was the season premiere. The season finale was last night.
The season finale?
Correct.
Damn, where the hell have I been?
In New York City, as evidenced by the red, white, and blue Empire State Building over your left shoulder.
Oh yeah, that's the Empire State Building. I forgot about that.
So you are in New York. I just wanted to remind you. Jilly Bean in our chat room is saying she got tired of crying every single week, and I'm guessing that's either in reference. I'm guessing that's in reference to This Is Us. Not gonna lie, it's that show pulls on the emotional strings. So have you watched? Are you sort of caught up, or you just haven't picked up on season 5 at all?
I don't think I've picked up on this last season.
Right.
So yeah, I have a lot of. Right now, I'm on The Shy. So
okay, which Lisa was saying the shows we were kind of saying what are you watching? And Lisa in the chat room saying Handmaid's Tale, The Shy, The It Crowd.
That's funny. Lisa put me on that one.
That was there. Justin just stepped away. If you were, just joining us, where did you go, Justin?
Well, I actually had some cookies in the oven that I needed to attend to. I know that sounds ridiculous.
Have you respected this show?
I didn't really time out my evening efficiently here, but
did you bring enough for everybody to share?
I got enough for me. Actually, yeah, my kids too, obviously. Actually, I did something I've never done. When you break off the little squares, you just put them on the easy ones. It's we didn't make them fresh or anything.
Right.
But I ran out of space, so I just took squares and put them on top of other squares. So we got big cookies.
Squares on squares.
So I'm gonna get salmonella if they didn't cook all the way through or something like that. I don't know.
You didn't have another cookie sheet?
What?
No, they wanted the thickums.
Yeah, right. You got the slim thick cookies.
Yeah.
Now it's like the longest.
Thick.
It's like the longest 10 minutes ever to wait for those things to cool down a little bit to eat, so they don't fall apart when you take them off the pan.
Wait, so you actually wait for them to cool down, huh? I don't know.
Yeah, because if you go to shove in the spatula to get them up, they fall apart if they're still too hot.
Yeah, that's when because you're doing that to shove them over a scoop of ice cream, so it doesn't matter.
Dude,
that's how I do it.
Whenever I make cookies, man, they don't even make it to the oven. I'm literally just shoveling it down my throat through the bowl.
Around the holidays when Costco has the Nestle Toll House tub It's legitimately like a Colonel Sanders bucket-sized tub that is just filled with, Nestle's Toll House dough.
Cookie dough? No way.
And then
is it edible cookie dough or is it?
I don't know if it's edible cookie dough, but it's cookie dough. And then you just go in there with your ice cream scooper and you go dollop, 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 dollop. And the next thing you know, you've got cookies. But tell me there isn't a greater smell in the world. I think one of the greatest scents in the world is the smell of chocolate chip cookies in the oven.
Oh,
it's a top 5, 100% top 5.
Why can't we make like bad things? Like, why did Mother Nature play such a horrible game with humanity where, we emit things that smell just so ridiculously foul when Mother Nature could have made us, like, every time you pass one, it could have smelled like chocolate chip cookies, but it doesn't.
I mean, it's all in your mind though, right?
What?
If you convince yourself that
the toxic
the
waste
cookies smell like shit and your farts smell like cookies, then you could probably convince yourself of that.
Are you saying that society has made farts officially stink, but they actually
they might smell great?
But if we all collectively said that they smelled like chocolate chip cookies, then they just smell like chocolate chip cookies.
I don't think I could will that to happen.
Like, call me crazy. You're
crazy. I mean, I don't even care what you're saying.
I actually like the smell. Not if it's right on top of you, but if it's like in the distance.
Are we still talking about farts?
No, we're not. But if it's in the distance, a very faint smell, I don't mind the smell of skunk. Is that totally weird?
Yes. That's totally weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
you're talking to somebody who's gotten sprayed by a skunk.
That's an animal whose only protective mechanism is that smell. Like that, like skunks don't have like Wolverine claws. They can't pull out an AK-47. What do they
piss
do?
On you.
They smell bad, so that you smell bad, so that you leave them alone. But Justin's like, not so bad.
I can be friends with this skunk. What up,
Lisa's
skunk?
like, nope, not weird at all. That's
Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but
Lisa
I'm going to take it that you're on my side. Team
Lisa
skunk
is saying that broccoli and cauliflower smell sus, and I'm going to agree. Like in certain preparations, right? Like when you fry cauliflower, that doesn't smell too bad.
See, Jelly Bean agrees with me. Yes.
Okay, well, no.
Glenda,
no, hell no.
No.
You're talking about somebody who's gotten sprayed by a skunk. And let me tell you.
Yes, I'm of course. Nobody would like that.
It's fucking terrible.
It happened to my dog like 10 years ago.
Oh my God. Skunks are the worst. Far and near. Terrible.
Yeah.
And they just get worse. And then when they spray you, it's with you for days.
Tommy, my 11-year-old, just texted me. He says he's on Team Skunk.
Okay. Of course he is. He doesn't look 11 in that picture. I don't believe it.
There's a text right there. You can't really see it.
Hell no.
It says, I am on Team Skunk. But, and now I screwed up my lighting.
You know what else is Team Skunk? The fact that you have to take a shower in tomato juice for 2 days because of that shit. I'm sorry, but anything. Whoa, Jesus.
That was so weird. That was so weird. The bright light and just like, and it's like.
Wait, hold on. Let me see what happens when I do it. Nope, still here.
Holy shit! It's Ricardo Montalban is behind you.
Some fine Corinthian leather. Why of all people Ricardo Montalban?
I don't know. That's what popped into my brain. That's how sick I am. That's how sick of the head I am.
I'm laughing at the fact that you came up with Ricardo Montalban.
Who is a phenomenal actor in his own right, don't get me wrong, but I mean, Ricardo Montalban, of all people, not really a top-of-mind celebrity.
It wasn't Screech. It wasn't like, it was Ricardo Montalban.
Wait, Screech is a top-of-mind celebrity deal?
You know, like, it's a name that's, like, very easy, like Mr. T, Screech, like Tattoo, but it's Ricardo Montalban.
Actually, tattoo was the first thing that popped in my brain, and then it was Ricardo Montalban. Yes, and it's amazing that it happened in 0.3 seconds. Like that wasn't even my first.
Maybe you're like cut out to be a freestyle rapper. If you could come up with Ricardo Montalban,
I think you're probably right.
What rhymes with Ricardo Montalban?
I love that. I love that meme. It's like, so Einstein invented the theory of relativity, but T-Pain rhymed Wisconsin with mansion with Wisconsin.
Like mansion with Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's. But anyway, yes, I think the caption of this show is just going to be, discussion about Ricardo Montalban.
I mean, where is he now?
Special guest. He's been dead for about.
He's got to be dead for 100 years.
Is he? I have never Googled the. In my search history, you will not see Ricardo Montalban.
What was his name on the show? Mr. Rourke? Was that
Mr. Rourke? Roarke. Mr. Rourke.
Yeah. Damn. We need to come up with like some more Ricardo Montalban-esque actors. What,
like the entire cast of Dynasty?
Oh wow.
I mean, since we're 80s guys, since we're the old guys in the club, or he's the old guy in the club and we're his cohorts,
goons.
What are some, let's start this. 80s TV shows. Give me your top two, Neil.
Of randomness or top two?
It's a weekend, or, you just finished your homework. It's 1980, whatever it is. Your parents give you 2 hours, 3 hours of TV. What are you watching?
After school, it was probably Greatest American Hero.
Yes.
And I'm just like trying to think of like the ones from way back. Was Cosby's 80s?
Yes.
84.
Cosby Show was great.
Cosby Show was great. I actually just rode past that house.
Really?
Yeah. So the opening credits, and then you see that townhouse.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's in the West Village. It's actually 2 blocks away from the Friends apartment.
That's bullshit. They said it was Brooklyn.
No. It's West Village. It's like right next to It's the West Village. It's
I used to love Greatest American Hero too, but whenever I hear Greatest American Hero, Zilla, what do I think about?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna pull it up as we're talking.
Okay. While you're doing that, the chat room has some great shows, retro shows, that some of them you'll find on that. I don't know if you're flipping through your channels. There's a network called MeTV, METV, and they play a lot of these old ass shows. So, Chips, The Cosby Show, Three's Company, The A-Team, MacGyver, Charlie's Angels, Dukes of Hazzard, Magnum P.I., which all of these shows have one thing in common.
Hot chicks.
Okay, guys, I got to share. I got to share. You ready for me to share?
Let me just throw my 2 things in common, and then
yes.
The 2 things in common, Neil, are, yes, the great-looking female cast, but theme songs that you cannot get out of your head once you hear them. They have title tracks that you hear it, you know exactly what it is. Justin Zotz, go.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
And A-Team.
A-Team was great.
I pity the fool.
Okay. So, Zilla, you know where I'm going with this?
I think so.
So this is a scene from Seinfeld, and now you'll understand why this is what I think of.
Believe it or not, George isn't at home. Please leave a message at the beep. I must be out before I pick up the phone. Where could I be? Believe it or not, I'm not home.
George, pick up. I know you're screening for Allison.
Hey.
So, coffee shop?
No, I can't. She knows I go there. It's not secure.
So
I got another call coming in. I got to let the machine get it. Bye. Believe it or not, George isn't at home. Please leave a message at the beep. I must be out or I'd pick up the phone. Where could I be? Believe it or not, I'm not home.
All right. Always good for a Seinfeld.
Always.
But you understand now, right, Neil?
I could never get into that show.
But that's the theme song from Greatest American Hero.
Yeah,
He just changes
yeah.
the words.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Zilla.
I was just gonna say, look how quick things have changed, right? If you showed that clip to, let's say, your kids right now, they would have absolutely no reference point. What is an answering machine? And on top of that, I don't know about you guys, but like somebody else posted this in a meme the other day. We went 10, 20 years ago, we went from recording ringback tones and specialty outbound greetings for all of our friends to screening every damn call and not listening to voicemails, even if people have the audacity to leave them.
Do you remember when you used to get? I don't know if you guys had it, but you would get the box, the caller ID box that you have to connect to your phone, and it's just this other component that just shows phone numbers.
Right.
Yep. Now, half the time when a number calls you that you don't recognize, it tells you who the number is.
Yeah.
Like who the actual person.
Yeah. It's like maybe Zilla.
Yeah.
If I didn't have your number saved, it's maybe Zilla.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Are you that guy that replies back? Could be.
I'm looking at the chat, and Lisa put one of my favorite childhood shows in the chat, Silver Spoons.
Oh,
who didn't love that show?
Great show.
That
Ricky
train.
Schroeder,
That fucking
Ricky Schroeder,
train.
I know he's not a viewer of this show, so I can say this with impunity. Rick Schroeder's a piece of shit. But
Really? What'd he do?
I don't know. He has his 15 minutes of fame ended like back in '86, and the guy like still screams at people like he's a Hollywood somebody.
Wait.
He does?
Yeah, he had a whole thing on TMZ last week where he was screaming at people in a grocery store for enforcing masks. And
He was a Karen?
Yeah, he was full on.
A Richard? He was a
He was a Richard.
Is that the term?
I mean, if it's not, it should be.
He went from a Rick Schroeder to a Dick Schroeder. So he went like that. But that television show was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It made
I just
divorce
wanted that
look
train.
cool.
I just wanted the train. I was like, where's that train going? And where's it coming from? Anytime it would pull up, I'm like, where did it come from?
Did they ever show where it came from?
No. I want to know where it goes. Like, I imagine, like, if you have a train that goes into your house, what's beyond those back doors?
I
God,
mean,
that sounds gross.
It makes sense that it would go in the backyard, go around the pool and the
Yeah,
gazebo, right?
Like, what's back there? I want to know. If you got a train, what else you got? They also had arcades, too.
Yeah, they had they had pinball machines, arcade games. They had everything.
What I want to know is why didn't Different Strokes have a train?
They lived in Manhattan.
That's not realistic in Manhattan, you know.
That's true. I mean, the only train would be the old person's thing that goes up the staircase. What do you call that? That chair that goes.
It's like I know what you're saying.
It's a chairlift, isn't it? A stair
Yeah.
lift? A stair lift.
Yes.
What was
that
that?
would be the New York train.
What was the TV show that spun off from Different Strokes that Mrs. Garrett went on to be like, at the girls' boarding school? Was that One Day? No.
Facts of Life?
Facts of Life. Again, all of these shows have theme songs. Like, do any shows today have actual theme songs that you catch yourself? Because I couldn't even remember the name of the show. Now that you say it, it's you take the good, you take the bad, you take it. Welcome, there you have the Facts of Life. The Facts of Life.
I mean, I don't know if there's any that good now, but there's ones that'll stick in your mind. Like the beginning, the theme song, it's on Succession, is really good. It's that creepy,
I just saw him in my park.
Oh, Kieran
Culkin.
Kieran Culkin.
He lives here.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, that music in the beginning of the show is like perfect for that show, I think.
Every time I listen to I see a McDonald's commercial on TV or on the radio, I think of the dad, because the dad is the of Succession. It's the guy who voices the da 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 da.
What?
Yeah, when he's like, "Oh, fresh chicken McNuggets," blah blah blah. That's the dad of Succession. The old man is the voice of the current McDonald's campaign.
What's his name? Brian Cox? Is that who it is?
Shut your mouth.
Giggity goo.
No, I think so.
Giggity goo.
Jellybean's asking, what other theme songs can I sing? I don't know. Give me one and I don't know.
Oh man, when somebody asks you something like that, you just draw a blank.
Yeah, it's hard to like
bust out show tunes on the fly.
I just looked some up, so I'll give you some good ones.
I have performance anxiety.
It's cheating, but I'll give you some. Well, I mean, the theme from the Dukes of Hazzard is pretty awesome, even though there's a super racist show.
I can't even think of it, but I can't even think of the theme song.
Just some good old boys.
Oh yeah. What is that? Kenny Rogers?
No,
Waylon Jennings.
Waylon Jennings. Who else?
Making their way the only way they know how.
Obviously, the theme song from Friends.
Friends is a 90s show. Move on.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Magnum P.I.
Bum, 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 bum,
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider, that's such a good one.
Oh, what was the helicopter?
Oh, Airwolf.
Airwolf. Damn.
Airwolf was my jam. Let me tell you something. When I was a kid, there's like that scene. Guys, if you're not familiar, Airwolf is a story about a stolen military helicopter that goes on like vigilante missions with the help of the CIA, and they stow it like in some national park where the rock formations look like a mountain, but they're able to drop the helicopter into the mountain, into that rock formation. And I always, as a kid, was like, I need to go find that helicopter. I'm going to go find it and steal that helicopter my damn self. Ironically enough, somebody took a Bell helicopter in England or something and made an Airwolf replica, and you can go on Airwolf replica flights.
No way. Is it as quiet as Airwolf?
No, because that was just a sound effect. I actually did the shit you find on the internet today. I mean, for example, this show, but also
this show.
Yeah, this exact one. There's a couple of guys that actually did the research on every single Trans Am in Knight Rider to find out where they actually ended up. There was
wow.
They had 8 versions of the car. And even one that was converted into the Kit Nemesis car, KARR, and they were able to track down which ones were destroyed, which ones went to auction, and the whole thing is just who built what car when, how to tell the different cars apart in different scenes. People have way too much time on their hands, including me, for spending 2 hours on YouTube watching that shit. Okay, Lisa S. just put something on there. Mork and Mindy and Laverne and Shirley, both spinoffs. Without cheating, Justin and Neil. Both Laverne and Shirley and Mork and Mindy spun off from one show. What is the show that spun off both Mork and Mindy and Laverne and Shirley?
I do not.
I know the answer, so I'll let Neil go.
I don't know the answer. I mean, how old were you guys? Because I was a kid.
I mean, Happy Days was in. Oh, sorry.
I wasn't really watching that show when I was a kid.
Schlemiel Schlomazel. The correct answer is Happy Days.
Right. I was about to say, I ruined it with Happy Days was in reruns when we were kids. It was on way before we were kids. So
wait, they were spin-offs?
Yeah. So Laverne and Shirley were recurring characters on Happy Days, which then got their own show. Actually, I take that back. The character of Laverne DeFazio was a recurring character on Happy Days, and then they made a show for Penny Marshall based on that character. And then Mork and Mindy, Robin Williams also was. Justin.
He brought me like the smallest cookie on the entire tray.
You want the smallest cookie? Okay.
Yeah, you got Jack, bro. Team Skunk. And then Mork. There's a episode where Mork from Ork basically comes down to Milwaukee and gets the entire Happy Days gang. He's an alien, and again they spun him off. Except this time, Mork ends up in 1980 in a romantic relationship with Mindy. So the years the time that they aired, 78 to 82. So those are the years for me between the ages of 4 and 8. So I was definitely old enough for Mork and Mindy.
You were what?
I lied. He didn't bring me the smallest cookie the first time. Look at this thing.
No, you did. See? Good job, Tom.
No respect in my own house.
So I guess a question for all of us and for the chat room is, if you had to pick one show to be remade, to bring back from your childhood, what's the show that you'd love to see remade?
Airwolf.
Airwolf?
Thank you.
The helicopter?
Yeah. Or Three's Company.
Three's Company was so good.
But
Yeah.
okay, so let's talk about Three's Company for a second. Is it me, or that premise really doesn't? You'd have to retool the premise. The whole reason why Jack was living with the girls was because he had to fake the fact that he was a gay man, because Mr. Roper and Mr. Furley would not allow a straight guy to live with 2 straight girls. That's
Because of all the hanky-panky that could happen.
The hanky-panky. So how do you how do you put those 3 together in that awkward situation? Because there's always that, a big portion of the show was Jack feigning gay to, give grief to Mr. Roper and Mr. Furley, and vice versa. Mr. Furley and Mr. Roper were always, wasn't this Mr. Roper's gesture right here?
I forgot all about that.
And he just had that look. So, I mean, Jilly's got a good one. Night Court would be a fun remake.
I thought they were going to do another
Didn't
Night
Bull
Court.
have a spinoff?
Could have. I mean, I'm not aware.
How funny was John Larroquette?
I mean, that show, between that show and the Bruce Willis movie that he was in, Blind Date, John Larroquette was an absolute genius in Blind Date.
Do you guys remember Moonlighting?
Yes, one of my top 3 shows of all time.
Dude, my mom used
Really?
to make me watch that all the time.
I thought Moonlighting was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was a good show.
It's actually what got me into dramedy type television. I mean, even as a kid, I thought the writing was phenomenal. The character development, again, just it was the first time I think as a kid that I understood the concept of sexual tension. These 2 people really, and it was these 2 people are always fighting, but they come across like they really like each other. I didn't know the actual words to put it across, but it was something that I understood that maybe I shouldn't have at that age, but it was, I guess it was kind of cool. I mean, we all learn things at different times.
HR did not exist in that.
Yeah, human
office.
resources was not a part.
So when I was 21, I owned this bar on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And across the street, right across and 1 block up, so a block away from me, was this little lounge called Moonlighting. And it was partially owned by Bruce. And the main owners were these 2 friends of mine that are also obviously good friends with Bruce. And one of the guys is who I went to work for when I moved to Idaho to work for Bruce.
Small world.
Small world.
I was once at a party in Miami, and I was at the bar, and a guy wearing it was very hot in there and sweaty, and a guy had a towel over his head, leans over to me and asks me for a lighter or a match, and I said, I don't have one, I don't smoke, Mr. Willis. He's just like, we're elbow to elbow at the bar. It turns out to be Bruce Willis. On a completely unrelated note, I'm actually happy that one of my favorite television shows of all time is getting remade, which is The Wonder Years.
Oh,
great show.
Yeah.
However, The Wonder Years this time around is being written from the perspective of a black family in 1961.
Really?
Which I thought was, or I'm sorry, 1968, I believe. I think it goes so the original Wonder Years went from 1968 to 1983. I'm sorry, 1968 to 1973, airing in 1988 to 1993. You get what I'm saying? So there's a 20 year.
Hold on. Let me go get my calculator.
It's not a calculator. It's a 20-year rewind. So the show aired from 88 to 93, with events taking place between 68 and 73.
Okay.
Gotcha.
It's a 5-year window.
So this one is
20 years removed. So this is in that exact same window, except it's being written from the black perspective, and the voice of Kevin Arnold, the Kevin Arnold type character in the show is being voiced by Don Cheadle, who I think is one of the, it doesn't get better than that.
What's his best role, Zilla? Best role, Don Cheadle.
Other than in the Avengers, I love Don Cheadle in Boogie Nights.
Yes, correct answer.
Also in Hotel Rwanda. Even in Don Cheadle was in Colors, wasn't he?
Was he in Colors?
No, I take that back. What was the other? There was another film where he was just like a low end gangster. I think it was Colors. But there is a Nicolas Cage movie where Don Cheadle basically plays a secondary role called The Family Man. And it's one of those Christmas feel-good, like you might get, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it type movies. And Don Cheadle plays an angel.
I think I saw that one.
Dude, Don Cheadle was in Colors. Good call, Zilla.
Thank you. A very young Don Cheadle was in Colors.
What character was he?
I mean, he was one of the gang members.
He was Rocket?
Oh. Yeah. It's so crazy.
I have a nightmare walking, psychopath.
He was the crackhead. Rocket don't smoke and Rocket don't joke. Remember that?
No.
I think he was like running around in a diaper humping a big bunny.
Are we back on that subject? That was last week's show.
That's a pretty specific memory you have there.
Oh my God. I used to sing that song over and over again.
So yeah,
this is kind of off topic. I mean, it's on topic, but not in the genre we're talking about. It just popped in my brain. Zilla, is there a season 2 of Black AF?
Not that I've seen.
Neil, did you watch it?
I did. It was okay.
Oh, I thought it was so good.
Yeah, but we're white, so that's why.
Oh.
I was like, I mean, it wasn't bad.
Channeling my inner wokeness. That's why
Not from that show. Not from that show. You guys gotta. I mean, I'm so stuck on The Chi right now. So good,
dude. Lisa S just said Jean-Claude Van Damme was in Breakin' 2. Ironically enough, I watched Breakin' 2 last night.
Guys, this is bizarre. We were just talking about Bruce Willis, right?
Did he just text you? It's okay.
No, but his like best friend in the world who's worked for him for 30 years, who's a very good friend of mine, just commented on one of my Instagram posts and it just popped up.
Like, yeah, he's watching the show.
Well, he might be. If you are, hello, Steven. It was my old guy post, and he just wrote, "I'm a card carrying member."
Love it.
Yeah. He is. No, I can't tell this story.
You can't.
No,
All right.
no.
Tell it.
I'll tell you guys later.
Okay.
Maybe. Zilla, you sent me a picture last week.
I did?
You did. And you wanted to talk about it on the show this week.
Oh, yes, I did. I mean, it is a thing. Guys, and this is for everybody in the chat room. If you're listening to the show on the replay, on the screen is 6 rashers of bacon. And on that, on a scale of 1 to 6, what is the appropriate level of cookedness? 1 being completely raw, going to a nice crispy number, like a damn near burnt number 6. I will save my commentary to the very end, but I think we're all carnivores here in this chat room. Neil Jackson, what's your number?
3.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before we do that, let's guess each other's number.
Okay.
Well, I'm out.
Neil,
Neil's out. I'm gonna guess Neil's a 3.
I was going to say the same thing.
I am a 3.
You are. Okay.
Yeah.
Zilla, I think you're a 4.
You are correct, sir.
All right. What do you guys think about me? Come on, tell me. What do you think about me?
I think it depends on application. So, like, if it's going into a BLT, I'm thinking you're at like a 4. But if it's just alongside your eggs, you're at a 5.
What do you think, Neil?
Wait, say that again. What is Zilla saying? 5?
I'm saying that depending on how he's eating it, it's between a 4 and a 5. Like if it's going into a BLT, maybe like a number 4. If it's just alongside like his breakfast eggs and toast, it's a 5.
No, BLT definitely 3. Yeah.
Okay.
You can take,
Zilla,
you can take the graphic off, Justin.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like
Well,
to see
I mean,
it.
would people like to look at us or bacon?
I mean, it's the same
I mean,
difference.
your numbers are going up.
Well, now I forgot what they look like. I got to put it back up. Hold on. Okay. I used to be a 5 guy. I used to be. I'm definitely more of a 4 guy now. And in certain situations, 3.85.
Okay. I'm good. I could go 3, 4, or 5, but 4 is my bullseye. That's my sweet spot. I could live with
Now-
a 3. I'd be like a little less than enthused about a 5. 4, it's like, you know, you know me. You get me.
It's so funny. Our friend, Jamie Hyder, Neil,
You
had
mean
a
Neil's
instant.
close friend who we claim.
Well, I knew her before Neil.
Oh, okay.
Not well. I
Neil's
shouldn't
friend
say
who I
that.
claim.
I met her before Neil, I think. When did you meet her, Neil? Not that any of this matters, but
Oh, I met her years ago when
yeah,
she
me
was
too.
on,
I met her like 7 or 8 years ago. No. I met her probably close to 10 years ago. It doesn't matter. Anyway, our friend, like I don't know why we're doing this. Our friend Jamie had put an Instagram story up the other day of a BLT she was making mid like construction of sandwich, and there was a plate of bacon, and it could not be more perfect. It was a plate of 4s, and I wrote back like, "Oh my God, amazing!" And she's like, "I try." So then when I pulled up the 3 of us, our group chat text to send you the link to get in tonight, I saw the picture of your bacon and it reminded me of her picture. So I texted her and I'm like, "Hey, do me a favor, send me a picture of that bacon." And then like, she's not like a great friend of mine. So it was probably a random weird text. She was like, "What is going on here?" So then I had to like explain why I was asking for the bacon. So it turned into, and I had to send her then a picture of the picture that you sent. So it turned into like a 5 text to her. And
she's like, creep.
Of course, she's not writing back to me. Although we have texted in the past recently, so it's not like she thinks I'm a total creep. I don't think. But yes,
I feel
the
like this
bacon
is a
thing was very
sign.
funny.
I feel like this is a Seinfeld moment.
It's a Larry David moment, is what it is.
100%.
I was like, why have I seen something similar to this before?
It's like this would be the Larry David thing, right? Like there's no intent other than I wanted the picture of the bacon, right? But the way a Larry David episode would go of Curb Your Enthusiasm would be this thing where like Larry David's a creeper and it's like on TMZ and all this stuff when all he wanted was the picture of the bacon.
Yeah, like bacon is the code word for like show me your boobs.
Right. Exactly. I was just laughing.
Claudia's asking, was the bacon from I posted a picture of a BLT myself. Obviously, this is an ongoing theme. The other day, she's asking, was that a 5? So I have to be honest. At the sandwich shop, Crossroads Deli, what? We don't have a BLT on the menu per se, but we use bacon in a lot of our sandwich construction. And we tend to overcook it intentionally for one reason. It's not served on its own. It's part of other components. So we use it for a texture variation. So we actually overcook our bacon a bit so you get a little bit of snap, crunch, and smoke from our bacon. So I would say, yeah, that the bacon in the BLT I showed was a 5. So, but yeah.
I mean,
go ahead, Justin, please.
The Al's Famous Club is one of the greatest sandwiches in history. And you guys didn't invent it. It's a very standard sandwich. But the way that Al makes it, actually, happy birthday to Al. He had a birthday this week.
Hey!
The old man turns 75.
So if you're watching, Al, which there's zero chance of that because you're way cooler.
He's probably he's actually like right behind me on the other side of this wall, and it's 6:48. He's getting mentally prepared for Wheel of Fortune.
Really?
Yeah, that's his routine. He comes home, he reads the mail, he hangs out,
That is
he
amazing.
watches Wheel of Fortune, he watches Jeopardy, and then he'll start flipping through the channels until it's nighttime for Papazilla.
Dude, every old man has that routine. I mean, I'm sure your dad has that.
I haven't.
My dad's was Price is Right and People's Court with Judge Wapner.
Judge Wapner. Hell yeah.
Those are the two that was guaranteed.
My dad will typically, at this time of year, put the Yankee game on and fall asleep on the couch watching it.
Yeah.
And then wake up at the end and go to bed.
Huh. Did he ever wonder, like, if he's actually a baseball fan?
Oh, he is.
No, I'm just saying, if the routine is turn the game on, fall asleep, wake up at the end, go to bed. I'm like,
He also
go ahead.
he also
You're
watches
gonna say.
No, he also watches American Idol. That's also kind of one of his guilty pleasures.
Wow.
He wouldn't admit that. But yeah, he'll put it on. He'll kind of fall asleep. Never admit he fell asleep. And then go to bed when he's done.
But the thing is that when you hit that age, you're waking up at 4:30 in the morning for no godly reason whatsoever.
I mean,
So
I do. I wake up at between 5 and 6 every day.
That's not 4:30, Justin.
yeah, I never understood that. My dad also woke up at like 4:30 in the morning too, and I'm like,
I don't want to.
I wake up at 6, and like that is like ridiculous for me. I can't even imagine how some people wake up at 4:30. And I feel like it's a generational thing. Like it wasn't ours; it was the people before us.
Hey guys, I gotta interrupt here for a second. So there's my. Hey, where you going?
Hey,
Get over here. Get over here. Where you going? No.
Jocko's camera shot.
So this guy turned 14 years old on Sunday.
That's like 600 years old in dog years, right?
It's old. He's old. But yeah, my oldest son, as they say.
Is older than you.
Oh, he's way older than me. 14. What is that, like 90, 80 something?
14 times 7? 98?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, waking up
wow,
and going.
Claudia, 17? Holy cow. Claudia in our chat just said her dog is 17. That's so crazy.
Jilly's coming to the deli this week, so she threatens.
No way.
It's actually very nice. I'm so excited.
That is so awesome.
Her flight, I guess she's coming in to spend the weekend, Memorial Day weekend in San Diego. We're closed for the weekend, but we're there Friday. So I hope I get to meet you. I hope I get to see you in person. I'm there Friday, like I do all of my, I'm there Monday through Friday between 11:30 and 1. I work 90 minutes a day.
How many sandwiches do you think you can crank out in 90 minutes?
I don't make any of them.
Al is the man. You don't understand, Neil.
I will design.
Al makes all the sandwiches. And
I will design sandwiches with my dad. We'll put stuff together, and then he'll look at me like I'm crazy, and then he'll build them, and then we sell them. But yeah, my dad does everything.
Damn.
And in all fairness, so does my mom. So it's kind of weird. Like we have the register, like if you're facing us and you're at the register and you look to the right, there's Al's sandwich bar. And then if you look to the left is Nellie's kitchen. So, our deviled eggs, and all the good stuff that comes out of the kitchen, that's all mom's doing. And then everything off the sandwich bar is dad's doing. And all I do is direct traffic. I'm a glorified traffic cop. I take people's orders as a cashier. I put food in bags. I hand bags to people. That's all I do.
You should do an IRL stream one day when you're at the deli. No?
No.
Why not?
I'd love to see that.
I strongly disagree with that.
I would love to see the sandwiches and how they're made.
I don't know. We'll think
one of these days, I'm gonna fly in there and I'm gonna do an IRL stream and I'm just gonna hang out with Al.
You can do it.
You can make
I'm
sandwiches.
I'm gonna be like, Al, what are
you gotta get
doing?
a picture
How
of
do you
Neil
do
making
this?
sandwiches.
So can I tell you guys? What I got him for his birthday? So Justin, my dad as well as anybody, right? And my dad is, how do I put this? He's a very simple, salt of the earth kind of guy. I mean, just hardworking, and his entire life is family. But if he's going to rib you for something, or if he's ever going to get boastful about anything, and he's not braggadocious at all, he doesn't have a boastful bone in his body except for when it comes to making sandwiches. So I had him made a custom WWE style championship belt.
No, you didn't.
That says World Champion Sandwich Maker.
No, you did not.
This thing it weighs 7 pounds. It's gold. It's got the hardware. I'll send you a picture offline, Justin and Neil. But it's got his name on it. It's, it says, it's got like the Crossroads Deli logo on the side plate, on the side of the belt. And he got the biggest kick out of it. It's like,
hey, yeah. Jen just joined us in the chat. Jen, are we allowed to post this online or no?
What?
A picture of it?
The belt? It's not here. It's at the deli.
Oh, man. All right. Now, is it like put up like behind the sandwich counter?
I'm gonna have it mounted. I'm gonna buy like a shadow box. They have it like at Michael's.
You should put it like like a pair of like boxing shorts in the frame of a picture.
Yes.
Have the shorts and a belt.
Yeah, it's gonna go like a shadow
like
box. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do like Al's apron, or he has
That's so much better.
He has like a Dickies shirt that he wears, like a work shirt that's got a logo on it. No, I mean, it was fun. It was a fun birthday weekend. It's fun to celebrate. Guys, if you're lucky enough to have your parents at this age, cherish every minute if you have them. It was fun to celebrate the old man, and listen, if you don't have those types of folks in your life, just say hi to an old person. I can't tell you how many old people I know that
older than me though. I don't need people saying hello to me. Like other older people. So, I'm good.
Every day I'm gonna call Justin like,
How you doing, big guy?
Hey, just making sure you're okay. Showing you some company.
Did you die yet? You're still alive?
Wait, somebody asked about the cake. So somebody did ask about the cake. I might have a picture of that I could send you, Justin. Hold on. So I had a cake made for Dad, and shout out to Cute Cakes. Justin, Cute Cakes was the vendor that whenever you guys would do special cakes at Intervention, I mean, I got this contact from Jana years ago, and actually Jen remembered Cute Cakes. So these are the folks that made like the super awesome sandwich cake that you guys did for me like 7-8 years ago. So I just sent you this pic. And
did they do my gender reveal cake? Not my gender reveal, but because at one night at 207, Timmy, I think it was Timmy, they had like a gender reveal at my.
It had to have been Timmy.
Wow,
that is a cake.
You guys were expecting Tom when you guys moved to San Diego.
That's right. So it was definitely Tim.
What is that? A panini?
So they made it look like a club sandwich, and Jen did such a great job working with this bakery to make it use it. I mean, this was a total coincidence, like Jen said in the chat room, that we ended up there again. So that top layer of bread to give it structure, guys, even though it looks like bread, it's actually a giant Rice Krispie treat.
What?
It looks like tofu, but
no, it's a Rice Krispie treat, and then they put like it looks like ham and tomatoes. If you zoom in, you'll see the seeds on the tomatoes. Like that's the attention to detail.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they it says happy 75 birthday, Al? Why wouldn't it? Why they couldn't put the TH?
No, I think what had happened was it was an extraordinarily hot day, and we had to make a couple of stops before we got to the restaurant.
Gotcha.
And when we got to the restaurant, so that King of Hearts that you see there had actually, I mean, the King of Clubs, you get it, King of Clubs.
I do get it.
Clubs.
Amazing.
It fell off, and the restaurant in a quick, like, they called an audible, and they fixed it. The pastry chef fixed it before the cake came out. So I think they just might have overlooked it.
Is that a dog?
Where's there a dog?
In the picture.
No. This restaurant has like big old fluffy. Yeah,
in the background.
The restaurant has big old fluffy blankets that you can like throw over when you're seated if you get cold.
Where is this? Born and raised?
Born and raised.
Sick. Place is amazing.
I'm going to tell you, Justin, you know me, I love a good steak dinner. Quite possibly top 5 steak dinners.
I believe it.
They nailed it.
The one time I ever went there, I don't know if you were with us. It was when I was in town helping out our friend Rob when he was working at WeWork.
Okay.
And we walked in there. When we
were all supposed to go to work at WeWork?
Yes. Which if he didn't leave, I think I was going to. Which meant you would have too. We walked in there. I think there were 6 of us. We spent $1,600 in a matter of 40 minutes, and we were out the door, all on WeWork. No wonder that thing went to 0.
Yeah.
Well, not 0, but yeah.
We had the king of restaurant ordering, my brother. And no, it was just when they do when a restaurant does like a really good job, and not to, they did a really nice job. We were well taken care of, and actually, do you remember our friend Kat from Bobo Restaurant in Point Loma, Ocean Beach? I
love Bobo, but I don't remember the best Brussels sprouts.
The best. Yeah. So the chef that actually that helmed Bobo went to work for Consortium. So we've stayed friends, and so she dialed us in, and it was absolutely well taken. I mean, it was a great night. The old man felt incredibly special, not you, Justin, but my old man, and so it couldn't have been a better birthday. So thank you guys for the birthday wishes. I will tell him you all wished him a happy birthday.
Good.
Here's the 5 more.
Yeah, normally I FaceTime with the kids. I feel bad that we didn't.
It's okay. He'll live.
He will live.
You know, Father's Day in June. Surprise him that
I like that idea.
in 2 weeks.
Is that when it is? Wait, what's the date?
Father's Day is in 2 weeks.
Isn't it June 6th?
I don't know.
know.
We gotta look this up. It's definitely in June.
I just want to remind you guys that I'm so far batting 1,000 on shit you've had to Google.
June 20th.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go.
I'm not even gonna. Oh, I will have both kids here. Great. 'Cause Tommy's doing some traveling over the summer.
Where's he going?
So this Friday,
This Friday.
him Friday
This Friday.
in a world.
In a world. Only one man. Zod is the old guy.
So this Friday, Tommy and my roommate are going to Idaho, to where we used to live. And then Jamie is coming back on Monday, I think. And Tommy's staying. And then I am going to fly out in a couple weeks on the 11th, spend basically 2 days there and fly him back. Now, I would allow Tommy to fly alone. No problem. I wouldn't worry about it. He's a great traveler. Like, he just reads and like talks to people. Nice. But if I can get a couple days in Idaho, I'm all about it. And then 2 weeks after that, he gets home and he's flying to New York with my brother.
He's doing the annual trip to back east with the cousins and the grandparents.
Yeah. So then
Cool.
I fly out at the end of July. He's going to be out there about 6 weeks or 5 weeks. So I fly out in July, at the end of July, and stay for a couple days and get to pick him up.
Nothing wrong with that. Are you and Neil going to have like a little bit of face-to-face bro time in New York City?
I don't know. Probably. I mean, I'm only there 2 nights, but
Probably not.
yeah, probably not. I'll just have to book him out of town that weekend just so I don't have to go out with him.
Yeah, please do. Please. Anywhere. Anywhere.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So Tom, by the way, for those who are brand new to the show, if this is your first time listening, Justin's roommate is his ex-wife. So the kid isn't jumping on a plane.
Do you think there are new listeners here? We're lucky
Maybe.
we have the old listeners.
Somebody could stumble upon this, catch it on YouTube, and thinking that you're putting your kid on a plane with your roommate, and it's like, oh, adventures in horrible parenting. I'm just clarifying the fact that you're an amazing parent, and so is your roomie. You guys just happen to be married once upon a time. That's all.
True story.
See, Jenna says she's new here. Irene says she's new here. See?
Well, Lisa S is obviously not new because she has the Benny Ha Neil emotes.
Emotes?
Still the greatest emotes there are.
I still want to go to Benihana.
I like Benihana. There's one like 10 minutes from my house. And yours too.
I'm not ready. I'm just not ready
To do what?
to go.
To like anywhere? Or Benihana?
No, Benihana still seems very close quarters.
Nah.
Dude.
All right. Well, look, honest question. I mean, Justin, you're in Phoenix, which has been basically open, and Neil, I think you've been, wading into things. I recently started wading into things. Do you guys ever feel any, and again, this goes out to the chat room too, as things start to open up, have you guys felt any hesitancy? Because, the other night, like when we were at Born and Raised, we had a 4:00 reservation for my dad's birthday dinner. As we were leaving, so we got there, the place was empty. As we were leaving, it was packed. Couple of neighboring restaurants were wall to wall, and I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do that whole wall to wall like Firehouse. Like, okay, somebody's like, "Hey, you want to come to Firehouse this weekend for Memorial Day?" And Firehouse, guys, if you're not from San Diego, rooftop deck on the beach, great little venue, good food. It's kind of where people go, on Memorial Day, and I'd go any other day but this weekend. I think it's just, I don't know, man. I think everyone's treating this like it is absolutely over, and it's not absolutely over, though we're so close. But
I mean, for me, I don't.
Am I the only one that's like breaking up here? I'm having trouble hearing you guys.
No, I don't think anybody said anything yet.
nope.
Can you hear this?
You're what? You didn't say anything.
At this point, I'm going balls deep all week. I'm
Right,
trying
but how are you
to.
handling COVID, Neil?
What?
But how are you handling COVID?
That's it. That's been my answer.
Wait, what?
for
Neil
for
said,
me.
I'm going balls deep all week, and I'm like, yeah, but how are you handling COVID?
I mean, I've been trapped in this room for 15 months. For me, I don't know. The fear isn't there anymore. And it is. I'm forcing myself to believe, to think like that.
Okay.
The reason why is because work is starting to happen,
Right.
and I need to mentally get in it. And if I am, because right now, as the weeks go on, these rooms are getting more and more busier, and I just started getting phone calls today, for the bigger nightclubs because they're preparing to open, and we accepted the dates, and it's
job,
just
Justin.
gonna, huh?
I said,
Yeah, I
good
didn't
job,
do anything.
Justin. Way to go. Way to go.
Okay.
I did nothing on
Since-
these.
I was like, you know what? Okay, we'll give it to Justin. But
I don't need praise for stuff I don't do.
I need to mentally prepare myself for what I know is going to happen, and that is, I had to shove a girl off the wall of the DJ booth because she tried to climb in it, but it's just gonna get worse, and that's just where we're at now. So I can be as careful as I can. I wipe down the equipment before I start. I try my best, but I can't run from it now. So now I gotta just get involved because financially I can't. I need to get in it at this
Gotta
point.
work.
Yep.
I mean, I get that. I just, go ahead, Justin.
No. You go.
You first. You're better looking than me. You go first.
I have zero worries about anything. It's that simple. I went to Vegas this past weekend.
How was that?
Packed. No masks anywhere. Not none. Like very, very few.
Everybody's vaccinated.
Yes. I'm sure that's it. All through the casinos, no masks. Restaurants, no masks. The Rhino, no masks.
What's that? Do you go to a petting zoo? What is that? The Rhino.
Yes.
What is that? Please explain.
Yes. Actually, the waitresses had masks on.
Okay.
I don't think the dancers did. I don't remember. I was
They have
pretty drunk.
dancing rhinoceroses at the
Dancing
Rhino?
rhinoceri.
It's amazing.
But most importantly, you know what happened in Vegas?
Stays in Vegas? Oh, is that the salted caramel budino from
That
Scarpetta?
is the salted caramel budino from Scarpetta. How great is that picture?
What
by the
is
way?
that? I saw you post that. I can't figure out. Is it a pudding?
It's kind of a pudding.
Kind of a
But
terracotta.
It's
panna cotta, excuse me. Terracotta.
and those little pieces of stuff are little toffee pieces and pretzels, and you dip them in, and it is the greatest. And we made it better because they have another dessert there called bombalonis, which are just donuts, And if you take a scoop of that, put it on the donut, it's even better. So here's a picture of the donuts. And there's me, because I'm,
There's the other donut. You're right. There's a picture of a donut.
Dude, did you lose weight?
No. Good angle.
Got to hit those angles.
This should be your only. This should be like your Plenty of Fish profile.
Now,
sugar babies.
Now behind me.
Yeah, you're seeking arrangements profile. That's what you should do. Like, hi.
Now that says happy birthday because it was my belated birthday. But
yes.
I do have a couple other pictures that aren't as good of pictures. But actually, I think the Bellagio fountains are right behind me.
Okay.
And you can see them in some of the pictures. So
I started looking.
That was my cheesy tourist picture.
I was just thinking that. I was like, man, you look like a full-on tourist.
Oh, well.
Was this your first time in Vegas?
Let me explain something to you. Had we actually been tourists, we would have been thrown out of the restaurant because nobody would behave like we were behaving and be allowed to stay there if they didn't know people. So we were on fire.
It was you and our friends and other friends? Because I know two of the friends that you went. I mean,
who were you with?
I was with Chris and Hope.
Okay.
It was their anniversary, kinda. Not really, but it was the first time they had to celebrate. And Ben, who's another guy that we all work together. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. I mean, we had dinner at Blue Ribbon on the Friday.
A sushi place with the best fried chicken in the world.
Yes,
I'm surprised you didn't go to Carbone.
We went to Scarpetta for a couple reasons. A, that dessert, and B, the guy that runs it is like a very good friend of Chris's, but a friend of all of ours, and he's just the nicest guy and always takes care of us. So, do I like Carbone better? Some things, yeah.
Spicy
but I mean,
rigatoni versus the Scarpetta spaghetti. That's a tough one, man.
I gotta go eat at Scarpetta.
Scarpetta's great. You got to get the spaghetti. Like, don't get anything else.
Last time I was in New York City with Justin, we ate at Scarpetta, and it was a phenomenal meal.
Yeah,
I gotta go try
it's really good. And you wouldn't think that, like, it's just spaghetti. Like, what's the big deal? It's a big deal.
It's a damn good spaghetti.
I gotta try that. I live like right down the street from it.
And I don't know why, but this picture is in my folder of pictures in StreamYard, and it just makes me laugh. So, and it was his it was his birthday on Sunday, as I said. So I figured I'd throw this up here. And this bar that we're in here is the Mint in Haley, Idaho, owned by the previously mentioned Bruce Willis. So yeah.
Happy birthday, Jocko. So listen, if people were going to go to Vegas, let's say for Memorial Day, what advice would you give them?
Don't
go?
No, I would never suggest going to Vegas on a holiday weekend. It's horrible.
Understood. But there are some people that just don't know any better. So let's just say.
Well, now they do. Don't.
Okay. This is. I'm trying to help you further the bit, Justin. But sure, okay.
Well, I mean, look, if you didn't know as much as you know about nightlife, and would you go? I mean, what would you do?
Well, here's my advice. This is legitimately my advice, and my advice is not to go this weekend, and I'll tell you why. But then I'll tell you why you should. How's that? All right.
Because Nick Rockwell will be there because he's in the chat.
Shout out to Nick Rockwell who just jumped in.
Oh, Nick Rockwell in the chat. What's up, Nick? I'm giving my advice on why not to go to Vegas on a holiday weekend, which I'm sure everyone here will attest.
That's what all touring DJs want to hear from a booking agent. Yeah, don't go to Vegas. But please, continue.
I mean, I have to book a show once in a while to actually be considered an agent still. Actually, I'm booking shows for everybody except you, Neil.
I know. I know.
Justin got me 3 days.
I know. Every booking that I've gotten, I'm like, what the fuck? I actually have another that same weekend from Lavo. I also have Bounce. on Sunday.
Nice.
Their big day.
Bounce.
So people, if you're a noob or someone that doesn't go to clubs a lot or doesn't go to Vegas a lot, and you're coming from Arizona, LA, Chicago, some other city, right? You're going to go visit Vegas. The difference between a pool party on a Saturday of a regular weekend and a pool party on a weekend, Memorial Day, or a nightclub on a Friday night or Saturday night on a regular weekend and a nightclub on a Saturday night of Memorial Day weekend, there is zero difference. Zero. You will have the same experience, exactly the same, and it will cost you 25%. And you will have less hassles, and people will take better care of you. So my advice would be go the week after. When it's like when I would go, I would say, holy shit, it's dead. Wow. I love it. Like I like it when it's slower. But you would go and you'd be like, whoa, this is crazy. Vegas is amazing. Because you don't know any different. Right. So why would you go pay 4 times to go this weekend than if you just went next weekend or last weekend while I was there?
Some people just want to be in the action, though.
But there's action every single weekend.
But not like that kind of action.
It's this. Yes, it's exactly the same.
Well, I mean, the only reason why I'm saying that is because, like, just like, you know, so-and-so wants to go. There's a ton of people. Now, I know busy is busy, but holiday weekend busy is way different than
not in Vegas. Not in Vegas, because everyone's going there to rage. No matter what weekend it is, there's a new group of people there just for that weekend.
Right.
So I don't know. Zilla, do you believe that the energy is different on holiday weekends?
It's different to us.
Yeah,
because we know.
I think we have a reference point, right? Like we've all worked, and for a lot of us, we treat this as, I mean, we certainly treat it as work. It's just different. I mean, if just on the basis of the question that we were asking before, like, what's the advice you'd give? I would just tell people you got to have a plan. Like if you're going to Vegas this weekend, don't freaking wing it. Don't think that you're going to show up at the door of whatever venue that you think that you're going to get to. Like if you think that you're going to go see Deadmau5 on your good looks, that's probably not going to happen. Our friend E-Rock posted, well, it's like no table, no fun. And it's probably true. I mean, you've got capacity. Even though the mask mandates are gone, some places are still operating under capacity limits. And let's take nightclubs out of the equation. I want to take nightclubs out of the equation for a moment. Restaurants, you're going to need a reservation. Like you just can't, don't think that you're going to show up to Scarpetta, STK, or any of the other, hip Carbone, hip trendy restaurants and think that you're going to walk in and get a table. Like if you're going to go and enjoy the experience, make sure you have a plan.
Thank you.
Right. Right. But some people just want to just go for the energy. Like, I mean, maybe this is a bad example. Like Coachella. I actually don't even go to Coachella. When I go to Coachella, I don't even go to the concert. I just go there for the energy because there's so much going on outside of Coachella. With Vegas on a holiday weekend, I would go. I mean, I don't necessarily need to even like roll up to anything. It's just a lot happening.
So like you'd walk the strip and just, go up to fashion show, go grab a burger somewhere. Like I could see that just to, if, let's say you've been on lockdown for a year and you just want to be around people. I mean, I did that 2 weeks ago in Hawaii, that's one of the reasons why I went, man. It felt good to be around other people. But
I have a feeling that that's exactly what's going to happen. People just want to some people are just going to probably go to Vegas. They aren't necessarily nightclub people.
Right.
They're just going where the action is.
Room rates are insane for next weekend. I mean, in comparison to where they were a year ago, they're,
yeah,
like $300 at the Treasure Island.
Come on.
Maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but
they're going to get out of debt right after this weekend.
I was thinking about possibly going to Vegas the second weekend of June, like around the 10th, 11th, just to go and even room rates there. It's like it's a random weekend in June. I think there might be a fight, there might not, but even still, it's strip properties are $300. Good. You know what? The places were quiet for a while. I'm not going to knock it. I'm glad that they're able to charge it, that they're able to get it. I hope that people go have a good time. Don't be knuckleheads. Just have a blast. Let's keep this movement going. I love seeing my friends working. I love seeing people making money. Let's just not screw it up. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
My sister says, because I love seeing this. Only reason I go to Vegas is getting schlobberknockered at a pool party. First of all, schlobberknockered is a great fucking word. Jenna says, I like walking into the Aria just to smell the scent at the entrance. I believe that scent is sugar cookies.
What?
You guys know that, like, scenting of casinos, or like, each property on the strip has a signature scent. And I'm convinced that the Aria's signature scent is sugar cookies. Jenna says it's oranges or something. Maybe they changed it. Excuse me while I consult with Dr. Google.
I was actually at Aria for about 8 minutes the other day. Just going to the valet to get a car out of there. No, we were at Cosmo for dinner, and then we walked over to City Center, got a car out of the North Valet of the Aria.
I love the Aria.
It's beautiful. I've stayed there a bunch. I've had some sick rooms there. Andy and I stayed one time in this 2-bedroom sky suite that was insane.
Yeah, I love that. I love that hotel. Normally on Thanksgiving, I'll usually stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we usually have like a family, family reunion like every Thanksgiving. So I usually pick that because we get room deals through MGM. I guess
nice.
Aria is owned by MGM.
Correct.
I got the breakdown on what the scent is. You guys ready for this? The Aria, the signature scent is actually called Asian Garden. And it's a floral blend of jasmine, lily of the valley, and tuberose with vanilla, amber, and soft woods. So the vanilla obviously is what gives it that sugary sweet smell, and then the jasmine, the lily, it's.
They could have totally just made that up, and it's just sugar cookies.
Yeah, it's probably just freaking sugar cookies. Like they just have like giant versions of those. You know those air fresheners that you put in your bathroom, the giant cone that you pull up? Like they just have a giant version of that in front of a fan. And it blows.
So besides Carbone, which is at Aria, one of my favorite Vegas restaurants is in that building as well. Which one is it, Zilla?
Favorite Vegas restaurant?
One of them.
Okay, so we talked about Blue Ribbon.
Never dinner, always lunch. No, in Aria.
In Aria, lemongrass?
Yep.
Did I call it?
You did. It's good.
I only do lemongrass. Lunch. It's basically hangover lunch, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
I would say,
it's where you go to recover. Ladies and gentlemen, special guest of the program, the one and only Mr. Timothy Zotz.
He can't hear you, but he
Hi,
says,
Tim.
Do you want to say hello to the guys?
Hey,
he just had a nap. He's a little tired.
Hey, he looks like he just woke up.
And now it's almost bedtime.
I know, right?
We're still gonna make cookies.
We made cookies already. Go get one.
Oh.
Tom, give your brother a cookie.
Give him two. One from Uncle Zilla.
Yeah, don't do that. Well, he can't hear you anyway.
Too much sugar this late at night?
Oh, yeah.
Lemongrass is great. I think I'd like to go to Vegas. maybe you
We
Casey.
when are you going?
I don't know. I was thinking, our friends have that thing happening, and I got a text saying, "Hey, for that opening, like, hey, what's your address?"
Oh yeah, what is the date? Do you know?
It's friends and family on the 10th, and then the officials the 11th.
I'm out. That's when I go to Sun Valley.
All right. Well, there's that. Neil, you want to be my plus one?
Maybe what I could do, maybe I could.
No, you're done. I don't want to hear it.
No, maybe I could reroute and go Thursday night.
Let's see if it's an actual thing first, and then go from there.
Let's see if we're actually invited.
Yeah, see if I'm actually going because I talk.
What are we talking about?
Money Babies grand opening.
Money Baby grand opening.
Oh,
At the Virgin Hotel, which looks kind of nice. It looks like they did a nice job on that remodel.
What was it before?
Hard Rock.
Hard Rock.
Oh.
Jenna's saying barbecue at Zilla's house. If you're at my house, it's going to be the flat top, the black stone, and we're doing it hibachi style.
What?
I love
it. What were the dates on that? I'm looking to go to Vegas. I'm looking to get out of here.
11th of June. Thursday, Friday.
I mean, I was trying to make it out for the Resorts World opening on June 24th, but that's so funny. The thing is the 10th, right? I go to Sun Valley on the 11th. Then the Resorts World grand opening, 24th. Tommy goes to New York on the 25th. So it's probably good, me staying away from Vegas anyway.
Yeah, that Resorts World property looks amazing.
It does. The clubs look amazing. Everything looks amazing.
I'm looking forward to getting all my Hilton points by staying there. I mean, as a points connoisseur, that's why I love staying at the Cosmo because I get my Marriott points at the Cosmo. I'm staying in Vegas anyways, and now Resorts World are all Hilton brands. So
yeah, I get no points for anything. I haven't paid for a hotel room in I don't know 20 years. I have no idea.
Must be nice.
Well,
not like the rest of us.
Trust me. If you gave me all the money I lost gambling, you gave that back to me and charged me $200 a night for every night I've ever stayed there,
you'd have a lot of yeah.
I'd be rich.
All right. So there you have it. All right, I think we beat this horse to death.
Yeah, I think so. And it's getting to be the witching hour at my house, and my roommate is out at our friend, Kerry, of course, Zilla. She is at Kerry's house having dinner tonight. So I have. Cool. So not only am I filming a podcast right now, I am also parenting my children at the same time.
I just want
obviously
to point out
not very well.
I want to point out one last thing, guys. So Jen just texted me. You can actually buy the Aria scent for your own home. So if you want your house to smell like the Aria, go to aromaretail.com. I'm not kidding. We're not getting paid for this, as though we should be. Aromaretail.com, and you can buy the Aria scent for your house.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, you could get a scent, like you could get 4 candles, room sprays, reed diffusers. Like you get the reed diffusers for $60, and your house can smell like the Aria 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Not that you'd know, because there are no clocks in Vegas.
Would they send a slot machine with it?
I'm sure if you asked nicely, sure. Maybe some video poker.
I'm in.
Of course you are.
Yeah, of course I am. Who do we got here on a raid? Rama Rich? Wow.
Raid.
Should we raid Rama Rich? Neil?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I got to figure out how to do this.
Well, Justin figures that out. Thanks, everybody, for coming to the Old Guy in the Club podcast every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, along with Neil Jackson and Justin Zotz. My name is Rob Zilla. If you haven't had a chance to, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell people you don't like, whatever. If you hate somebody, tell them to watch this show. Let them be bored for an hour and a half. You will find us live on Wednesdays with the replays happening each and every Monday after the fact. Justin, you ready for that good old fashioned raid.
All right, I'm hitting the raid button. I've hit the raid button. And now, Neil, would you like to say goodbye?
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Great sign off.
Okay. Now you hear?
Hey, we did the whole episode with no banners. I'm really sleeping at the wheel here. All right, guys, thanks for coming. We will see you next week. In like 3 weeks, it'll be 1 year since we started this, by the way. Episode 52 coming up.
You're all gluttons.
In a few weeks. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in. Hope you guys had fun. I had fun. I don't hope you guys had fun. I don't really care. I hope the people watching had fun. Highly doubtful. I had a good time. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.